So 11 or 12 years ago, I went to Scripps, got a doctor who I just loved, was a good guy, and did all the tests, and he came back and he said, you have really high blood sugar, you're a type 2 diabetic, and you need to get your blood sugar down. And I was nodding my head as if I understood, and I didn't. And I thought, okay, I'll cut out desserts, that'll get my blood sugar down. But I didn't really look into what does it mean, how does it work, what's the implications, so I wasn't as shocked about it because I didn't really know what it really meant. So we were vacationing in Cabo San Lucas with friends. I had an issue with my hand that had kind of inflamed, so I went to a clinic to have it looked at, and they ran a couple of tests, and the doctor came in and said, your hand isn't your problem. And I said, really, what's my problem? And he said, you're this far away from a diabetic coma. It was a wake-up call, but I didn't take it dramatically. I'm a pretty calm person, but I made a decision, and that is that I have teenagers. I want to see my kids grow up, so I've got to do something different. And what was that? And it just started with the most simple thing of, well, I ought to lose some weight. So in the course of the last year and a half, inch by inch, I'm up to 58 pounds now that I've lost. There's a noticeable difference. I got to come off a couple of medications as a result.
Have you been doing any practice with your carb counting?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, when I finally came to understand what Scripps Whittier Diabetes Institute could do and got a clue that I really needed to pay attention, I really focused in on the dietary and nutrition part. Like, what is it I really don't understand about food? And that was a big eye-opener for me.
Wonderful blood sugar.
Yeah. I'm a technology geek anyway, and always want to have the latest and greatest. And instead of taking my blood count several times a day, as I was doing to try to learn what foods do what, now it monitors it continuously.
So exercise. That's what
One of the counselors had commented that 50% of the people that doctors recommend to them don't even return a phone call. And I used to be in that group, and I'm probably most troubled by the fact that I was in that group, because I didn't have to have neuropathy, but I didn't do anything until I had it, and it's not reversible. So anybody that's listening, if it makes sense to you, just do something sooner rather than later.